Okay, this is my final installment of the explanation about the situation between myself and women. Um, I keep running out of storage space. I keep deleting things, and I think I have enough room, but then I don't. Anyway, I should have enough room to finish. This is just going to be very brief. Basically, I know I recently caused some offense to an older lady because she wanted her daughter to help me to move some materials from a job that I did at her place. There's materials I was saving from that job rather than disposing of them, and I refused to help. And I think I did cause some offense there. But the reason for that is that sometimes friendships start that way, and I don't want to make any more female friends. I have some female friends, not many, but a few, and I'm even distancing myself a lot from them. Although I value my friendships with females. I don't know. I'm just not feeling very good about women right now, I guess. So I'm kind of distancing myself in some ways, and I'm not looking to make more female friends. The truth is, most of my friendships with females have ended really badly, and I just don't seem to be able to maintain a friendship with females. Um, and that's too bad, and I acknowledge that it's probably a lot me, because other men can do it, so why can't I? You know? So I'll accept that it's probably a lot of that is probably my own fault, even though I don't understand it. I can't explain it, so I'm not. You're not going to get an explanation from me as to why it's my fault, because I honestly don't know. But I think the law of averages says that it has to be, so I'll accept it on that basis. Um, if the winter, the dry air in here, my lips are all messed up. My eyes are half open and my lips are all buggered up, and I got a growth of beard on me. Even when I don't look like this, though, I'm not very appealing to women. It is what it is. But the thing is, though, the girl that I became interested in anyway, that I lent the money to, uh, the day I lent the money to her, she took her dogs to the dog groomer. Now, she had claimed that she was in dire straits, and services were going to get cut off and so on if she didn't get this money. And she posted pictures of them up on Facebook with their nice little sweaters and their new haircuts and stuff, thanking the dog groomer for doing a terrific job on them, which the dog groomer did. They look good. But the thing is, I knew darn well that was my money that was being spent on that, and I did feel some resentment about that because I was told this money was going for a necessary thing. But still, I figured if she pays it back, it's her money, so she can do what she wants with it, you know. But anyway, the first day she was going to come here to pay the money back, it turns out she was asleep when she was supposed to come here, and that is true because I called her. I actually woke her up at 8 o'clock in the morning. She was supposed to be here at 7 on her way to her job at 8, and she was late for work too when I called her. But the thing is, she told me that the reason for that was that because she started working 2 jobs, she was just overtired and it caught up with her, and so she had slept in. But because I was already suspicious that she wasn't being truthful with me, I checked Facebook Messenger, and one thing I'm really good at is I'm good at finding things out. I checked Facebook Messenger, and it showed that she'd been on there until 4 o'clock that morning. So again, that wasn't a case of life happening. That was a case of her making a decision that resulted in her not being able to get up. So, again, so she wasn't exactly honest with me anyway on that score. And around that same time, she had gotten involved with a man, and I don't think I was supposed to know about this guy, but I do. And he was, I found out a lot about him too. He's what they call a drug wholesaler, and he's been busted for it a few times. He's a guy that sells drugs on behalf of criminal organizations to street level dealers. Now, he's also got a trade. He has a legitimate source of income too. He isn't just a drug dealer or whatever, But still, there was a lot of shady stuff around this guy, and I'm sure that wasn't a situation where there'd be any great future in it. But that's her business, you know. She's not obliged to be with me just because I wanted to be with her, and she can pick and choose who she wants to be with based on her own criteria. But still, it did make me feel used, and it made me feel lied to, and I was definitely lied to. And so, and I also didn't really like the fact that one of the strengths I do have is coping with life and coping with things not going to plan, because I've had to have that strength to survive. And you know, when you have a strength and somebody basically minimizes that or takes it away from you in order to lessen their own culpability in a situation, that's kind of a kick in the teeth. And of course, if you look at my teeth, I look like I've been kicked in the teeth, but they're all busted up and stuff. But the thing is, though, it is a kick in the teeth figuratively to have somebody do that, and especially somebody you care about. And I did care about this girl. I genuinely did, and I was heartbroken by everything that happened. And now I have to close up that part of myself again. I have to kill that part of myself. And this time I have to make sure that part of myself remains dead. I can't ever allow that part of myself to come back. I can't do it, you know, because it might just destroy me next time, you know. It damn near did this time. So I just can't do it. But anyway, I'm going to leave the dealings with women to Rocky. There he is, fast asleep. That's Rocky, fast asleep. There again. He's a ladies' man. Women like him, and he likes women, and women like him too. They like him back. He's quite the fella. He's very smooth. He'll rub against them there, and he'll purr, and he'll look into their eyes. He'll just stare into their eyes, you know. And he has beautiful eyes, Rocky does. And the ladies really love him anyway. I've never seen a woman meet Rocky and not just be completely enamored with him, you know. And I've very seldom ever seen a woman that Rocky met and wasn't completely enamored with either. He likes women, and they like him, so I'll leave the flirting and the other things like that and the wooing to Rocky, and I'll just stay in my lane and stay well out of it, that's all, because it seems that it just isn't for me. It's not for everybody. It's a tough blow to realize that, but I'm one of those guys that is just not for me. I'm not supposed to be with a woman. And I don't understand why women react to me the way they do a lot of the time. When complete strangers freak out at me because they see me in a public place or something. If I was doing something really odd, it would make sense to me then. I mean, there are guys that expose themselves in public and all kinds of weird stuff, and yeah, okay, I get that. That's going to elicit a bad reaction, and it should, too. I don't do those things, though. I had a woman one time, it was funny. In a way it was funny, but it was sad, too. I was in a grocery store, and I was bent over a cooler looking at something in the cooler, and then for whatever reason I decided I didn't want whatever it was. So I straightened up and I turned around, and this woman was standing behind me waiting for her turn to get into the cooler. And she looked to be in her 60s, this woman. When I turned around and she ended up face to face with me, she got this look of sheer panic on her face, and she started shrieking. Like, I mean, ear-piercing shrieks. And she ran. She ran across the store, like she was really moving. Ran away from me. And like I say, I just don't understand that sort of reaction. I didn't do anything. I didn't say anything. There was nothing odd about me. I wasn't mad. I could see it maybe even if I was angry. Like, let's say I had a dispute with somebody out in the parking lot a few minutes before, and I was still carrying that energy with me. And I turned around and I just had an ugly look on my face because I was mad. Well, then I could see how that might happen, but that wasn't the case. I was in a good mood. I had no reason not to be. And I certainly wouldn't have harmed the lady. I wasn't there to harm anybody. I was just there to buy some food. But anyway, these things happen. I don't understand it. There's something about me that's off-putting, and I have to accept that, whether I understand it or not, because it's proven to be true. And anyway, like I say, I value the friendships with the women I am friends with, but I'm not looking to make new friends as far as females go. Like when I refused to allow that woman's daughter to help me move the materials, I didn't really have I was kind of on the spot at the time, and I couldn't really explain it, and I didn't really want to offend the lady because I do like the lady. But it was, how do you tell her, I don't want anything to do with your daughter? And it isn't even the daughter that I have a problem with. It's just I don't want to take a chance on making another female friend. That's what it is. I'm afraid I'll make friends with her and then we'll fall out. So I don't want to go through that again. And so that's why that's how friendships often start, is with things like that. So I don't want to go down that road again. Even as a friend, I don't want to. Anyway, that's the end of that explanation. I hope it explains it to people. I hope people can then understand why I am the way I am with regard to women. I should mention that the woman in the story, the first part of the thing there at the U-Pole place, when I said, when I referred to her as so-and-so, it was just because I didn't want to say her name. I do know her name. It's a French name. Her first name is a French name. But I'm not going to say it. In Ottawa, Ontario, it's right on the Quebec border, so there's a lot of French people. And so you do hear a lot of French-sounding names. And it's a French-sounding first name anyway, but I'm not going to say what it is. She didn't actually do me any harm. I mean, it was just another example of how women react weirdly to me. And I wasn't there to do anything other than to buy car parts, so I don't know why she felt compelled to point at me and say that I'm creepy, but I guess that was her feeling, and she felt the need to share it, and it hurt my feelings, for sure. But it is what it is, anyway, and life goes on. I'm just here trying to survive anyway with Rocky, and we're doing all right. And I hope you're doing all right, too, and that includes the women that are listening. I'm not actually out to get any of you or anything like that. It's just that I just find it very difficult to deal with women, and it seems they find it difficult to deal with me, so it's better I just limit my dealings in that respect. Just not deal with women any more than I have to. That's all. On a personal level. If you enjoy my videos, I hope you'll continue watching them. I don't begrudge anybody that, and I mean, look, we all need our enjoyment in life. And if it does bring you a little happiness, that makes me happy. I'm not against making women happy where I can. It's just that I'm not making much of an effort anymore. That's how I'm just at the point where I'm done. I'm done. At least in my personal relationships, I'm pretty much done. So there it is. Anyway, that's what's gone on. And that's why, as a 54-year-old man, I guess I've become a misogynist, really. In many respects, I have. And that's the reason for it. And maybe I'm wrong, but if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm doing what I need to do to protect myself, that's all. Can't have my heart broken anymore. I don't want to be humiliated anymore. I don't want to be made to feel bad anymore. I don't want to be made to feel like I've done some evil thing when I haven't. I don't want to be punished for things I haven't done. And I feel a lot of resentment at times over that, especially when I see how women will uphold men who actually do these things. A woman will uphold a man who beats her. I mean, the girl in my building there, she actually accused me of beating her in order to protect the man who did beat her. So, I mean, that's a tough thing. It's tough to realize that you're of that little value. to women. When you're a man, it's tough to realize that that's how little you're worth to women. Just like I'm sure it's tough for women to realize that about men. And I'm sure a lot of women have had to come to that conclusion about men. In fact, I've heard women say that they've come to that conclusion about men, so I guess in that respect I understand. I don't know what it is with this, with my eyes here. They're half closed. I don't know. I have to force them open. Anyway, that's just how it goes. That's all. Anyway, I wish you all a good day, and I hope you're all having happy times and prospering as best you can, and living good lives. That's all, as best you can. These are tough times. I don't wish any of you any bad luck or anything. I'm not certainly not out to get women or anything like that. It's just that I'm tired and I'm hurt and I can't do it anymore. I just can't do it anymore. Anyway, that's it. That's it. Picture froze up again there. Yeah. All right. Talk later.